say one thing. Trump.
Did Robert De Niro just hit Trump with the most brutal takedown ever? Oh, you have no idea. This wasn't some subtle jab or a carefully worded statement. No, De Niro let it all out. Raw, unfiltered, and straight to the point. And guess what? Trump's reaction was exactly what you'd expect. Furious, defensive, absolutely losing it.
The sooner he's out of office, the better for all of us. He's an idiot. He's just done something unspeakable.
We've all got friends and relatives in the U.S. and vice versa.
Terrible.
Does this make any sense to you? No.
This isn't just another celebrity rant. It's a moment that took over the internet, set social media on fire, and sent Trump's supporters into a full-blown meltdown. The insults, brutal. The reaction, even better. And the best part? The truth behind what De Niro said is what really stings. Stick around because we're breaking it all down. The speech, the response, and why this moment has everyone talking. But first, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Robert De Niro steps up to the mic, dressed sharp, standing tall, and looking like he means business. The crowd settles in, expecting the usual Hollywood speech, maybe a few words about his latest film, a nod to the industry, something polished and predictable. But within seconds, it's clear this isn't just another speech. This is a reckoning.
Do you think our democracy is at risk in this election?
I think that it is. I always keep saying democracy is great, of course, but democracy people take for granted. It's a word that some people don't even understand. They take it for granted. It's about right and wrong, period. The guy's a monster. He is beyond wrong. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of in order to get a rise out of us. I don't know what it is, but he's been doing it, and it's scary.
Are you
Excuse my French.
With a cold, steady voice, De Niro unleashes words that send shockwaves through the room. He's a con artist, a fraud, a disaster. I'd like to punch him in the face. The air gets thick, a few nervous chuckles, some gasps, and then a wave of laughter and applause from those who have been waiting for someone, anyone, to say this out loud with zero hesitation. It's not just what he's saying, it's how he says it. Every word lands like a hammer, filled with frustration, disbelief, and a fury that feels personal. This isn't some carefully scripted PR moment. This is a man who's fed up. The audience knows it. Some cheer, others sit frozen, eyes wide. Phones go up, people are already recording, knowing this moment is about to blow up online. Meanwhile, outside the room, Trump supporters are already foaming at the mouth. The second those words hit the internet, MAGA world erupts. The backlash is coming. The outrage is inevitable. And as De Niro steps away from the mic, the only question left is, how will Trump react?
This guy should not be president, period. We are at a moment in our life, in this country, where this guy is like a gangster. He's come along and he's said things, done things we say over and over again. This is terrible. We're in a terrible situation. We're in a terrible situation. And this guy just keeps going on and on and on. The day after he was elected, I said, well, give him a chance. You never know, you'll see. But he's worse than I ever could have imagined.
A lot of criticism of you.
Fuck him.
Okay, well, this is cable.
Sorry.
Trump hear that? Of course he did. And you know he couldn't stay quiet. The moment De Niro's words hit the internet, Trump was already reaching for his phone, probably sitting on his gold-plated toilet, furiously hammering out one of his signature all-caps rants on Truth Social. And what's his big comeback? Low IQ Bobby. That's it. That's the best he's got. A weak, recycled insult that sounds more like a schoolyard jab than a response from a former president. No clever retort, no facts to refute what De Niro said, just another half-baked nickname thrown into the void. But here's where it gets even better. Instead of shutting De Niro down, Trump's meltdown does the exact opposite. His rant becomes fuel for the fire. Every major news outlet picks up the story. Social media explodes with memes, reactions, and side-by-side clips of De Niro tearing Trump apart. Instead of burying the moment, Trump makes sure it spreads like wildfire. His supporters rushed to defend him, calling De Niro just another Hollywood elite. But the damage is done. The more Trump rages, the more people listen to what De Niro actually said. And the worst part for Trump? This isn't just a celebrity talking trash. De Niro is saying what millions have been thinking all along. Trump wanted to hit back, but all he did was prove De Niro right. And the internet? Oh, they're loving every second of it. The internet? Oh, it absolutely lost its mind. Within minutes of De Niro's takedown, Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit were on fire. MAGA supporters were in full meltdown mode, calling for a Goodfellas boycott like that would somehow erase De Niro's entire career. "I'm never watching another Robert De Niro movie again," they scream, as if they weren't already watching The Irishman last week.
It makes me so fucking angry. That we're here talking about a piece of shit like Donald Trump. Hi, Philly, how are you?
Meanwhile, Trump critics were having the time of their lives. Memes flooded social media. Side-by-side images of Trump's infamous orange-tinted scowl next to De Niro's iconic mobster glare. Someone tweeted, "Robert De Niro just did what Congress couldn't. Completely roast Trump into oblivion." Another posted, "De Niro took Trump down in one speech. Imagine what he could do with a full HBO special." And the best part? Trump's attempt to clap back only made it worse. His rant turned into instant meme material. One viral post read, "Trump calling De Niro low IQ Bobby while spelling ridiculous wrong? You can't make this stuff up." It wasn't just social media either. Late-night hosts had a field day. News networks ran the clip on repeat. Even people who don't follow politics suddenly had an opinion. And just like that, what could have been a throwaway comment turned into a full-blown cultural moment. At this point, there was no turning back. The internet had chosen sides, and Trump was losing the battle. But the real question, was he done lashing out, or was round two coming?
Do you really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win again, that he would not give up power?
You know he won't. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up.
Suddenly had an opinion. And just like that, what could have been a throwaway comment turned into a full-blown cultural moment. At this point, there was no turning back. The internet had chosen sides, and Trump was losing the battle. But the real question, was he done lashing out, or was round two coming?
Do you really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win again, that he would not give up power?
You know he won't. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is, shame on you.
You have compared the Trump family to a gangster family, which is something coming from you. What do you mean?
They are. Well, he because he thinks he's a gangster. He does everything like a gangster. I don't think that gangsters in that world would think much of him, because there's honor among thieves. There's honor in anything. If you don't keep your word and do the right thing with people, no matter what profession you're in, you are going to get ostracized. And in that world, it's a little harder.
This wasn't just another celebrity taking a shot at Trump. This hit different, and here's why. First, De Niro isn't some random Hollywood star jumping into politics for attention. He's a born and bred New Yorker. He knows Trump's game because he's seen it up close for decades. The shady deals, the self-promotion, the scams, none of this is new to him. He's watched Trump fool people for years, and now, with a microphone in his hand, he's calling it out in a way that only a true New Yorker can. Second, when a Hollywood legend speaks, people listen. This isn't a tweet from a comedian or a late-night host cracking jokes. This is Robert De Niro, the guy who played gangsters, tough guys, and fearless leaders, standing there speaking with the same intensity that made him a household name. His words hit harder because he delivers them with the weight of a man who doesn't just act strong, he is strong. And finally, he's not scared. Trump has a history of going after critics, using insults, lawsuits, and online mobs to intimidate people into silence. But De Niro, he doesn't back down. He's not worried about angry MAGA fans or Trump's weak Twitter comebacks. He says what he thinks, and he says it without an ounce of fear.
Do you think he pretends to be dumber than he is to confuse people and make them think? No, you think he's...
No. I don't think so.
Why you would guess that there's a big group of people in this country who believe that he cares about them?
I am totally dumbfounded, baffled by that. I can't understand it. And it's a thing that we've seen over decades and decades. And he is a malignant narcissist. He's a socio-psychopath. He's created some new language as far as describing somebody in his mental condition. It's so frightening and scary, and he's dangerous. We got to get rid of him.
Do you ever?
That's why this moment hit so hard. It wasn't just another insult, it was a reckoning. And the best part? Trump couldn't do a thing about it. So what happens now? You already know Trump can't let this go. The man holds grudges like it's a full-time job. Will he unleash another rambling rant at his next rally, calling De Niro a washed-up actor while mispronouncing basic words? Probably. MAGA fans are already losing their minds, demanding a De Niro cancellation as if they suddenly control Hollywood. Boycott Goodfellas, they scream. Never mind that the movie came out over 30 years ago. The reality? De Niro doesn't care, and neither do his fans. Or maybe, just maybe, Trump moves on. But let's be real. The man has bigger problems right now, with more legal battles than most crime bosses in De Niro's movies. And with every rant, every meltdown, he's only proving De Niro right.
We're in a very bad situation. I remember you and I about 5-6 years ago talking. I'm down at the Spring Studios, something about, I said, what just happened, just happened. No, it didn't. It didn't happen. It's all about truth. And what we have here is a denial of truth all over the place.
One thing's for sure. This isn't over. Not for Trump, not for his fans, and definitely not for the internet. One thing's for sure. De Niro just gave a masterclass on how to handle a bully. He didn't tiptoe around, didn't sugarcoat a thing. He called Trump out, spoke the truth, and didn't back down for a second. No fear, no hesitation, just straight facts with the kind of energy that makes headlines. And Trump, he did exactly what we expected. Threw a tantrum, fired off weak insults, and made sure the internet kept talking about it. But this fight isn't over. Trump's not the type to let things go, and De Niro, he's not done speaking his mind either. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe to our channel. You can watch more videos from us here.